It's your job to fight as the fighter, but what was going through your mind when the ref deducted a point? A lot of people press row thought it was ridiculous.
Man, that was a tough one. And the referee's a great ref, and but I was surprised. I mean, I think the shot was.
Did you get a warning?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. The shot was borderline. I mean, I think I hit him on the belt, and he reacted. It was a hard shot, and I guess on the cup line, I guess that's low, right?
They showed a replay. It didn't look.
It didn't look low at all?
No.
Or was it borderline?
It didn't look like you even touched it.
Low?
It did not look low.
Yeah, but I think.
I got a picture.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Some of you guys say no, and some of y'all say yeah.
It's okay.
There was a late hit after the bell.
Let me answer that real quick? I'm sorry. So I just think I was surprised that I didn't get a warning.
Me too.
I was shocked about that, and I still don't know why I didn't get a warning. But
that leads into my question. Did you get a warning when there was that slightly light hit after late hit after the bell?
yeah, that was my fault. I let that go, and it wasn't intentional. It just I was in the heat of the moment. And I apologize, and that was on me.
So there's a possibility that that warning could have led into with the low blow that could have been why they.
Yeah, but it's two different infractions, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's
But I had to just, I got upset, and I just had to just whoosah. Just stay down. Stay focused.
Do anyone that praise will come when the Kovalev fight comes and you get through that?
I think it could be the same scenario we're dealing with now. Because I've had the Kovalev moment, I've had the boogeyman, I've had all of that. I've done that. And sometimes people have short memories, but like I'm over 10 years doing this. So I've had the guys that were, this is the guy, and then we beat him, and it was, I don't know, but I'm not going to be doing this when I'm 40. Bernard can have that, no parts of it. So I'm just trying to do it to where when it's time, I can look back and say, man, I didn't cheat the sport. I always came in shape. I didn't embarrass the network I fought for. I didn't embarrass my team. Gave it all I had, and when you give it all you had, you can sleep good at night, whether people love it or not.
Or did HBO ask you to move up to 175? Did they give you an incentive to move up, or how did that go down?
That's a collective decision between everybody, but ultimately, the buck stops with me because I'm getting in there. So, regardless of, what anybody may suggest, in HBO, I know there's like this, I think this narrative out there where it's like I was forced to go up, and that's not it. The HBO would never try to force any fighter to do anything. But I just think collectively it made sense. And that's the challenge that I wanted to take on. I wanted to, it was hard to get guys in the ring at 68. And you guys kept saying I need to move up, so I listened to you.
Andre, you talk aside, you still want to think of Barrera's performance against you, to talk aside.
Man, I think, I thought he put up a good fight. And I wish him nothing but the best,
Mike?
Andre, two questions quick. Question one, you said that you might have been a little rusty and gave yourself B-, but Barrera only landed 15.4% of the shots, so that's pretty excellent defense.
How many punches was that?
722 punches.
He landed 700 punches? Whoa. Hold on.
You 722, you landed 111.
Dang, 111 punches?
So that's only 15%, that's really good.
Still landing.
Can you talk about what did you think about your defense tonight? That's obviously excellent numbers.
I thought it was good. But I'm telling you, I'm going to get better.
And then on the knockdown.
Oh, that was nice.
On the inside, you really didn't have a lot of chance to extend your arms, but you got him with a short shot in the temple.
Yeah, I hit him right on top. Yep. I didn't try to do it. And that's what, our coaches tell us in the gym every single day. Stop loading up, just throw it, it'll come. And I didn't try to throw it hard. The ones that I tried to throw hard, I would land and, he'd be able to take them. But that one, I just turned, boom, and it's like a sweet spot on a baseball bat, and down he went.
Andre, do you feel like you're like the new Floyd? The fact that people don't give you your props is like they're not going to realize your greatness until you're actually gone.
I don't know.
You feel it's like a no-win situation?
I mean, when I went through the last year and a half, 2 years with this lawsuit, I saw a lot. I learned a lot. I saw a lot of some good things. I saw some bad things. But I grew up, and I realized that everybody doesn't have to like me, like I said. And it's just that's a pretty awesome revelation to get, as just an individual, not just an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Man, everybody doesn't have to like me. If I'm, you know, if I'm a jerk and I'm disrespecting people, that's on me. But if I know that I'm trying my best to be an ambassador, a representative, and people are nitpicking, there's nothing I can really do about that. You know, and that element is always going to be there. And sometimes that element is not always a bad thing. It keeps you tight, it keeps you focused, and it kind of is what it is. And I just don't, you know, when I was a little younger, I used to get more upset, you know, and I used to feel like, man, I used to want to demand respect and demand this, but it's not about that anymore, man. And I hope that, you know, the young guys coming up behind me, that they don't waste the energy that I wasted early in my career trying to demand that kind of respect. Just focus, man. Stay focused on what you're doing. We got a short window to do it. I've been fortunate to be 10 years. Some guys get 5, some get 2, some get 7, but whatever your window is, man, don't focus on critics and naysayers. Let them be who they are. God bless them, man, but just stay focused on what you're doing. And the ride will be a lot funner.
Guys, wait, guys, I'm gonna pick questions because we're on our last few. One question each.
Andre, do you feel you could have finished him at any point in the fight?
I wanted to.
What round?
Probably the round that I knocked him down in, but you know, it's a tricky situation because, you know,
I will pick the next person.
she's gonna pick the next question. You have to, you know, I was looking at his eyes, and you know, I think he was buzzed. You know, I saw him look at his corner, nod his head like I'm good. So I don't think he was out on his feet, and you know, he was still throwing hard. So, you know, I tried to test him a little bit, and he still had something left. So just, you know, the bell rang. I think it was like maybe 30 seconds left. So.
In the back. Nope, sorry. In the back.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, champ?
How you doing?
Hey, just wanted to let you know.
Is that the boxing voice?
Yes, that's the boxing.
What's up, man? Back in the day.
Yeah, that's what's up. Let me let you know. When you moved up to 175, what I think you did tonight was send a message. Normally, people complain one way and say you fought too smart. You were boring. So tonight you opened up. You loaded up with a lot of shots. I didn't think you necessarily had to do, but it was effective. And when you fought inside the telephone booth, you won most of those matches. You didn't necessarily have to fight this way tonight, but you did. You showed your heart. You showed you wet 175 that you're ready to mix it up. And I don't know if I'm just seeing this, but was that the case?
What was the question?
You fought hard, you laid it out there, you let them know.
Do you agree with him?
Mix it up.
I agree with you 100%.
All right, down here, one question.
Congratulations, Andre, on your win. How'd you feel about tonight's turnout and getting to fight in front of your hometown fans and your family?
Oh man, I was blessed to see the people come out tonight. They came out for the weigh-in, and it's interesting, man. They keep saying we ain't got a fan base, but I don't know about that. I don't know.
All right, wait, no. Don't even answer it. Right here.
Do we got a bill by a certain time?
Yeah, we're on the last few questions.
Do you see yourself ever going not more than 75? Back to the knockdown. The left, when you started to land the left hook over his right hand, was that an adjustment that you made, or is that something you saw in training camp as far as you can land that left hook over his right hand?
Yeah, that's something we saw in training camp. Something we saw on film. Verge, my coach Don and my other coach Jack, they called it. They felt like the left hook was going to do it, and we almost did it. Wasn't able to pull it off though, completely.
Andre, we noticed that you weren't using your right hand during the middle and late rounds. Was there a reason for that?
I think that just goes back to just, you know, getting a good groove and, you know, just being consistent with my fights and stuff like that will flow. You know, sometimes, I don't know, I don't have an answer for that right now. I just got to watch the film and maybe try to figure something out.
Any last words?
If you got time, I'm good to keep.
You want to keep going?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Woo! I gotta ask you this. Nate Diaz recently choked out McGregor.
That's
I
the
know you
homie.
spent time with him in the ring. What was it like to spar Nate Diaz?
He's hard to fight. I mean, he's really hard to spar, really. And they call it the Stockton slap because he'll slap you to death, man. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, am I supposed to be drinking this because they sponsor us? It's a good look, though, right?
I like this flavor.
Blackout berry.
He helped me get ready. I sparred with Nick and Nate. Nate helped me get ready for Chad, and he always comes in shape. and he throws a million punches from a million different angles. And I felt like he had a great shot against McGregor. I just was worried about the 10-day notice. When he started letting his punches go and he landed that short left, I knew he had action, because he's just a bad boy, man. He don't, they don't care, man. They just come to fight. So I'm happy, man, because I know they don't always get the credit that they deserve. And for him to come in and upset the apple cart like that I was so happy, man. It was 2 boxing matches on that night, and I didn't watch any of them. It was my first UFC fight that I paid for, and I'm screaming at the TV, man, let's go, baby. Like, I was pumped. My boy did it, man, so I'm happy, and it looks like he's probably going to get another shot, too, with the rematch, so I'm excited for him.
Hey, Ward, Sergey Kovalev, he has the long arms, he has the long jab in the right hand. Do you plan on fighting him different than Barrera, like more on the inside, or how do you fight someone like that?
I don't know right now, man. We gotta figure it out. I feel like that's the mark of a champion. It's somebody who finds a way. We gotta find a way. And I'm very competitive. I'm up for the challenge, and we're gonna find a way.
Andre, I picked up a friend on Market Street when I got to town that attended the fight. There was a group of homeless people. When I mentioned I was here for the Andre Ward fight, they all collectively cheered. What do you think you do for the to uplift the spirit of the city?
I mean, not just me, but all the athletes that are from here, the ones that play here, represent the Bay Area. I mean, this is a special place, man. It's not the biggest place in the world. I think Oakland has probably about 500,000 people. And just even, not just Oakland, but the surrounding areas.
Richmond.
Just all over. It's just a special place. We support our people, in a special way. And we don't always get the credit collectively, but that's just more reason to keep working and keep fighting. And I love it, because I remember, when I first wanted to fight here, people were like, Oakland? It's nothing in Oakland. Why you want to fight in Oakland? And I just kept believing. I kept pushing for it. I kept asking for it. And now, along with myself, guys like Marshawn Lynch, Damian Lillard, the Warriors, Draymond, Steph, Clay, all them guys, like, now on the national stage, everybody knows about Oakland, California. So it's a beautiful thing.
Hey, Andre, is 175 the end game, you think, for you in terms of...
I want to end at heavyweight.
That's what I was getting
I'm
at.
serious.
Really?
I really am.
So what's the plan then to get there?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that it would have to be at the end of my career. I'm not big enough to campaign at heavyweight and try to, it's not a smart thing to do. But I think a situation like Roy's, where it's the right heavyweight, not a guy that's 6'4", 6'5", but the right guy where I put on, just enough muscle and size where I can hold my own, and you go for it. And that's how I want to go out as a heavyweight champion. And I know it sounds crazy now, just moved up to 75, and it sounds crazy, but that's what I've always envisioned, and that's what I think can happen.
Do you think that's like in 5 years, 6 years?
Man, that's a long time, man. I'll be 38, man. I said I want to be in the ring, nowhere near around 40. Man, I don't know. I just gotta take it a step at a time. I think that you'll just see a situation like that just start to evolve, where you see a guy say, man, he may be the guy, and man, I beat whoever I need to beat at light heavyweight, defended the title several times, and we're gonna take a crack at him. And I did some consulting with Mackie Shieldstone, great guy, very knowledgeable. He helped me out a lot for this fight. I didn't go train with him in New Orleans for this fight, but a lot of consulting and just a lot of great advice from Mackie.
What does Virgil say about you wanting to go heavyweight?
Oh, he's with it.
He's with it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's with it. We talked about that since I've been a kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Ward, you might have touched on this a little bit, but if you could just clear up the rumors that the Golovkin's people had said a while ago that you guys sat down with HBO and they said, yeah, we want the fight.
No disrespect, bro, but it's not about Golovkin right now.
Okay.
It's not about him. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but they've done too much talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've done a lot of talking, and we haven't responded intentionally. And it's not, when he fights, it's about him, but it's not about him right now. He had his opportunity, he didn't take it, and, we're moving on. I wish him nothing but the best.